Next up, we have Lee Wilson from Filament Games, the CEO.
Good evening. I'm going to talk about a company that's a little further along, Filament Games. At Filament Games, we build learning games. So the problem we solve is how to engage people in learning in ways that is fun and engaging. And Jim G., who was at the university here, this is one of his quotes, one of our favorites. Our slogan is real games, real learning, and by that we mean that we don't shortchange the gameplay because we're doing learning. A lot of people will build what's called chocolate-covered broccoli. That's not what we do. And at the end of the day, with what we do, it's about doing. Games are about verbs, about taking action. And if you want to expose people to new concepts and ideas about complex systems, games are a great way to do it. So when we look out across the media landscape, the first question we ask is, compared to what other media? You've got books, you've got videos, you've got lectures, you've got all kinds of ways people can learn things. And the core question is, for us, is when is a game the right tool? We look at 4 particular cases where games really make a difference. So the first is cost. Most schools would struggle to even fund a model rocket program. Well, with a game like Kerbal Space Program, you can actually build full-scale rockets and launch them, watch them explode, launch them again. Time is an issue where games can really be helpful. We built a game for the iCivics organization that compresses the now 24 months of a presidential election into a single class period. And as the candidate, you make decisions and go through that cycle. Danger. We don't want kids building a nuclear reactor out behind the gym, but we can do that in the popular game Minecraft. And complex systems are an area where games they really shine in terms of being able to reveal how the complex systems work. We released a game recently called Backyard Engineers. In that game, you're building a catapult and you're making the kinds of engineering trade-offs that an engineer makes between distance and accuracy and all kinds of other things. You're really getting in and mucking around with the complex system. The company, as a snapshot, we are 60 professionals here in downtown Madison. Over the last 10 years, we've built over 100 games. Those games have collectively been played probably now closer to 35 million times. The count is going up pretty fast. And the single biggest contributor to that are the games we built for iCivics, Sandra Day O'Connor's foundation. That is the biggest example, the most successful example of game-based learning in the world today. And we did all the work on that on the back end. And our focus on learning games has taken us in some very interesting directions. So obviously the school thing is the obvious place, but now we're getting involved a lot in areas of professional practice. So how do we help adults get better at what they need to learn quickly? We're also being pulled into some consumer applications, but again with very specific hardcore learning objectives associated with them. So our business model is a little unusual. We really rock it old school. We run a profitable, fast-growing company, and we've had no outside investment over the last 10 years. We have 2 businesses under one roof. The first and core business is a work-for-hire business, a professional services business, building games for other people. And the second is a business we started a couple years ago that we're incubating, which is a publishing business where we're publishing our own titles. And we did get some SBIR funding for that business. Here are some of the clients we've built games for over the years, so you can see it's a pretty spiffy list of folks. And we just released 4 games for McGraw-Hill, for example, and 4 for the Smithsonian. Here are the games that are out under our own brand. This is a series of science games targeted at middle school, and they come with complete curriculum and professional training for teachers on how to implement them in the classroom. Our addressable market is pretty decent size and growing at a very nice clip. So the work-for-hire side of the business, growing about 25% a year. That's the core of our business. Our publishing side, obviously a much bigger market, growing slightly slower. But I kind of set the floor next year at 20% as just keeping pace with the market, so we got to outstrip that. This year over last year, we've grown at 50%. So help us grow. We're always looking for talent. If you know talented people who want to get involved in something meaningful, we've got a great office down here, and if you have a project or think of something, refer folks to us. And tomorrow night, we are hosting a meetup as part of the festival here for folks who want to talk about making Madison much more of a game-based hub. So come on by, see our spiffy new space, and maybe you'll even get a chance to ring the gong. So, thanks.